Good evening, everybody, and welcome to TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH as we are bringing you Bombers football here on a Friday night, a rainy Friday night at that. John Burton alongside Tony Weston as we are under the lights here in Aledo as the Bombers are taking on the Golden Eagles of Mercer County. Getting ready to get kickoff underway here. Golden Eagles coming to this one with a record of 4-3. Bombers under 500 on the season, dropped a couple in a row, 3-4 now. Looking to bounce back here in Aledo after a tough loss last week. 2 games left on the season. Of course, we are in Mercer County tonight, and then Havana will be next Friday. Myself and Tony will be there for that as well.
Yeah, this is a huge game for both high schools, for both programs. We got to see Mercer County come down the hill on their entrance, which has been a tradition since I was in high school 150 years ago. And a little different back then, but still pretty cool. But must-win game for both teams, really. Looking at the schedules, looking at the outlook, both teams really need to get this win. And for Macomb, obviously last week was one of those games where, you know, you get a little snowball going down a hill and it turns into an avalanche. I don't think that the outcome of the game represents the best of the Bombers. And you just hope that they get something going early and so that we see the best version of the Macomb High School Bombers. That kick goes out of bounds, so Mercer County will start at the 35.
And again, we were kind of talking pregame. One, Jackson Barkley, we noticed taking a lot of reps there back at the quarterback position. Holthouse was out onto the field for the Bombers. So it'll be interesting to see which direction Macomb goes with that, maybe just trying to limit the arm a little bit during the warm-up session.
It's good to see number 1, Drew Watson, back out onto the field after was unavailable last week.
So the first drive on this game will start on the Golden Eagles 40, basically, maybe a couple inches behind the 40. Snap here a little bit high. Handoff comes, bounces it back to the left side. Tackle down, that's number 24 on the carry. That's 10 in Whitehall, picking up the first carry of the game for the Golden Eagles.
Whitehall did a real nice job there. Macomb was trying to squeeze down, trying to eliminate those running lanes, and he just slips through and does a really great job of getting his shoulders forward. Ends up with about 7 yards when first contact was made right around the line of scrimmage.
So now second down and about 4. Quarterback keeper here. This is Colby Cox trying to push it up towards the first down. I think he's going to have it there. It's definitely close.
Yeah, no, they got it marked about a yard past the marker.
First down carry for Colby Cox and the first down of the game for the Golden Eagles.
Uh-oh, here comes the rain. It's pouring out of nowhere.
Says it was kind of just sprinkling throughout most of the setup process here and throughout warm-ups.
I was actually just getting ready to say, Johnny, that it turned out to be a beautiful night. I mean, you know, it's raining a little bit on the way here and then pretty dry as we were here. There's a little now route out into the flat. He's able to weave around close to the marker.
That's Whitehall again on the reception.
Looks like he picked up 9, maybe 9.5.
Going to be a little bit short of the first down. First passing play of the game for Mercer County.
One thing for Macomb's defense is it's good to see a more traditional offense after seeing that double tight full house look that would alternate with the triple option look. No, he didn't go across the line.
Number 55 for the Bombers jumping off sides there. That's Hector Mamie.
Of course, so first of all, when you jump, obviously you're putting yourself at peril of being called to start with, and also my angle here isn't the same as the official that's literally looking down the line.
Just over 10 minutes to go in quarter number 1. Mercer County has been able to push the ball pretty well on this first drive of the game. Another handoff run up the middle. That's going to be ball carrier brought down, but not after a gain. That was Whitehall again on the carry for the Golden Eagles, able to pick up about 6 again.
And again, not doing a bad job of getting in there and closing down lanes, but Whitehall's just doing a great job of shoulders forward, knees churning, and gathering the yards after contact. And, we got to do a better job of keeping our feet, bringing our hips through the tackle.
9 minutes and 20 seconds now. 2nd and 5 for Mercer County on their first drive of the game. Another handoff to Whitehall, splits it through the line. That's going to be a first down and more. Still on his feet. Going to be a huge pickup there for Whitehall. Pushes the Golden Eagles now up to about the Bombers' 15.
Yeah. And
maybe a little bit further there.
Yeah, about 14. But that was one of those situations where we brought a blitz. Linebacker comes on the outside of the gap of that 3-foot space there. Whitehall hits the inside of the gap and goes right by him. And at that point, he's got a nice lane to run with and hit the Jets and picked up a nice gain.
Brand new set of downs for Mercer County after the run from Whitehall. High snap there. Ball's on the ground. Cox is able to track it down. He's just going to have to sit on this one. Nice job by Macomb. Pushes the Golden Eagles back now, all the way back to about the 33.
Now, that was a real dangerous play for the quarterback. He ends up retaining possession, but after the ball goes over his head, he goes around, he goes to pick it up. Number one, a lot bad can happen in that moment, but number two, he ends up losing. Well, they ended up bringing his forward progress back up, but it looked to me like he made a football move and ended up going backwards about another 5 yards.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought there. They're going to spot the ball on about the 32.
No, 28,
or 28. Reading the wrong direction. Quick pass out to the middle once again.
Step up.
Whitehall breaking towards the far sideline. Nice
job.
Nice pursuit there by the Bombers. He's able to bring Whitehall down.
So what happens there is the cornerback's getting crack blocked by the wide receiver. And the wide receiver's making a nice block. But what the cornerback does well is holds his ground, and he's kind of caging. We've talked about the caging with the nose guards in the middle of a pass rush. He's doing that same cage technique out on the edge. Linebackers come and fill the inside, pushes the ball carrier out towards the outside, and then the cornerback's able to free himself up to make that tackle and limit it to about a 1.5 yard gain.
Ball spotted on the Bombers' 25. 3rd and 21 coming up for the Golden Eagles. 7 minutes and 15 seconds to go in quarter number 1. Cox scrambles out to the right side, looking downfield. Lobs it up, got a man wide open, and drops it in the end zone. Macomb gets lucky there.
Oh, yeah, caught a huge break. He gets behind the defense. And I think that there was the route concept pulls a safety towards the other side, and we're trailing him by a good 7 yards. He was wide open, and ball bounces off the chest. Sometimes those are the loneliest catches to try and make is when you're just like, don't drop this. You got too much time to think about it.
That was William Fredrickson back there. Had a chance to get Mercer County on the board. Instead, it'll set up 4th and 21. They're going to go for it. Cox rolls out. Macomb pressure there is going to shoot a nice check down there towards the near side, but that's not going to be a first down. And it will be a turnover on downs. Macomb will take possession here. So Bombers take over with just under 7 minutes to go, 6 minutes 53 to be exact.
We got number 11 coming out onto the field, so there we go. There's our answer.
That's what we like to see. Again, Holt House got kind of banged up in the Farmington game just 2 weeks ago. Played the first half of the Elmwood game. But always good to have Holt House back there. We'll see if he can get things done here for the Bombers. 1st and 10, handoff up the middle to Petty, and he's going to be brought down. Nice tackle there. That was number 4 making the play. That's Peyton Sedam. Play's going to be basically about 0 yards on the carry.
Brought down for no gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 now for Macomb. 6 minutes 25. Holthouse will hand it off once again and stopped at the line once again.
Yeah, so one thing that we're seeing out of Macomb is they're going with more two-back concepts. They're going with a traditional fullback lead. But right now we got to get shoulder pads. We got to get hands inside shoulder pads, and we got to move some people at the front of the line. We got to create a little bit of space for our guys to run through.
Picked up 1 yard on the carry. 3rd and 9 here. Fake snap, no movement. Again, this is a staple of the Macomb offense. Holthouse looks to the sideline. Clock rolls under 5 minutes, 40 seconds. Low snap, Holthouse is on it. Scrambles out to the left side, but he's going to be brought down in the backfield. It'll be a sack on the play.
Now that's one of those plays, that's a real nice concept there defensively, is Holthouse escapes, so he drops back, he doesn't see what he wants, he moves to his right, and as soon as that linebacker who's out in the flat sees Holthouse get outside of the tackle, he comes screaming up, and it ends up making the play.
That was Peyton Capola on the sack there. So now 4th down and 13. Macomb backed all the way up at the end zone. They're going to punt this one away. Going to be a return here for Whitehall. Catches that one. A little bit of room to run. Breaks through one man. He's going to bring it towards the near sideline. And he's going to be brought down, but not after a huge gain on the return. Again, Tannen Whitehall has been kind of all over the place here for the Golden Eagles. Couple receptions, couple rushing yards, and a big return there will set up the Golden Eagles with just about as good field position as you can ask for off the punt.
Yeah, basically it just kind of eliminates that TOD and gives them the ball back kind of where they were before the snap over the head.
Mercer County takes over, 4 minutes, 44 seconds.
You got a one-on-one matchup at the wide side of the field.
Direct snap to Cox. He's going to run it towards the right side. He's able to pick up a few there before being brought down out of bounds.
Stop at the 6-yard line. Pick up about 4 on the play.
Picks up about 4 there on the keeper to Cox. Mercer County now just 6 yards away from punching this one in. 2nd down for the Bombers defense. Cox on the keeper once again, brings it up the middle. Nice job by the Macomb line. Going to be a short gain on the play for Cox. Macomb able to keep that one out of the end zone.
Ran into big Alex Brown right there in the middle of the line. Alex has turned himself a real nice year this year.
Gain of about 2 on the keeper to the quarterback, Colby Cox. Now just about 4 yards to go to the end zone. 3rd down, just over 4 minutes remaining in quarter number 1. Cox will bring it out to the far sideline. He's going to look to throw. He's got a man, and that's going to be a touchdown for Mercer County. Mason Gray on the reception. And that's how we kick off the scoring here in Aledo.
That's another nice little concept. They after they run a bunch of direct snaps to the quarterback, they snap him the ball, they move the pocket, they get him heading outside of the tackle, and they put the linebacker in conflict. Is he going to come up on the quarterback? Is he going to – and they ran a nice little leak drag route right at the goal line and just a little pitch and catch.
Touchdown comes at 3 minutes, 54 seconds in quarter number 1. Mercer County looks like they're going to set up to go for 2. Cox takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Whitehall, rolls out to the right, looking towards the end zone. He's got a man, and it is caught for the 2-point conversion. I believe that was number 82, Cale Breeden, able to ring that one in. So the Golden Eagles are up by 8 here in quarter number 1. Again, you're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH for Honor Brothers Heating and Cooling's presentation of Bombers football.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Back here in Aledo, as Mercer County has the early 8-point lead over the Bombers. Once again, we're just under 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Touchdown pass from Caleb Cox went to Mason Gray. 4-yard receiving touchdown. And now Merco will set to kick this one off. Fielding on the near sideline. That's Drew Watson. Able to bring it up past the 35.
So right now what we've got is a couple of things. Number one, the line needs to be able to form an identity. The line needs to be able to make some blocks, make some holes, get into some people, drive their feet. We also need to, I think, hit a couple of quick routes. We need to hit, maybe a bubble, maybe a now route, maybe a little hitch. But something to get the ball from Braden Holdhouse's hand into the receiver's hand and get a little confidence and get a little momentum.
Come set up here, 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff to Watson, gives it to in the backfield. That's Bishop on the carry. Might have picked up half a yard there.
So they're trying to get a little misdirection going. They fake to Drew Watson on the jet motion and go to Bishop coming across or coming up the middle, and but Mercer County's interior is just doing such a nice job of forming a wall there.
Got looks like a Bomber down on the field. Didn't quite catch a number. Looks like grabbing out the left leg. We'll take a quick break here on TSSR Game Time Live and be back with you for the second drive for the Bombers.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
Back here in Aledo, injured Bomber on the field. I believe it's number 55, Hector Mamie. He's helped off the field, definitely grabbing at the left knee area. Not what you like to see. Mamie's been playing really good for this Bomber squad over the past couple weeks. So back to the game. Bombers now faced with a second and about 9.5, 10. 3 minutes, 38 to go in the first quarter.
Good news is that downpour came and went real quick in a minute or so.
Play action, Holthouse, deep ball downfield. He's got Doyle, comes back to it. It's going to be broken up, but a flag is down. It's going to be pass interference, I would imagine.
I wonder if, it's just as I say that. Oh, man, did I jinx this? Because here comes the rain again. That second flag came later. Is there pass interference and a face mask, I'm wondering?
Yeah.
Pass interference. And that's it. Okay.
Rain starting to pick up here in Aledo. Again, it's been kind of on and off all day. Really was just sprinkles before we started game time. Rained kind of hard there for a minute or so, and now it's definitely starting to come down. Not ideal weather, but at least we get to be up here, not out in the elements. Ball will be spotted at the Mercer County 49. Bombers fresh set of downs, 3 minutes 24 in the first quarter. Holthouse will hand this one off to Bishop, and he's going to be dropped for a loss.
That's a linebacker was just met him 3 yards deep in the backfield. This is a really interesting setup, Johnny, that we have here. It's almost an outdoor patio, but we're covered, which is great. And the weather's not bad. I mean, it's not like it's freezing out here at all by any stretch. It's a nice evening. We're out of the rain, so.
You know, it's a little different than being in the brand new booth at Macomb, but I kind of like it up here. It makes you feel a little alive. Ball on the ground there. Holthouse able to come up with it.
So
flings it out to the right
slant.
side for Case. We'll see how many they give him with the forward progress.
So that's that little slant. That's, get it to one of your twin towers, get it where he could catch it, and get a little momentum going.
Rain definitely starting to come down here. This is about the hardest it's rained all day. Can you see Tegan Perry's hand in the camera there, trying to see if we're getting any wetness on the camera there. That was Holthouse on the keeper. Short gain on the play. Picked up about 3.
I would bet a lot that you're going to see the freeze right here before they look to the sideline to get the play call.
4th down and 3. Minute 45 to go in quarter number 1. There it is, hard count.
So I think Aledo's prepared for this because for the second time, somebody does the head bob. Like they move, but they are a yard off the ball. I don't know if anybody's noticing that. Their defensive line is a yard off the ball. This is close. This is close. They had him short, but Holthouse just drove his feet and got it. Oh, yeah, he gets it by a yard.
Nice job there by Holthouse. Picks up the sports corner. First down for the Bombers. And the rain and wind now starting to pick up a little bit. Seen a couple raindrops starting to kind of work their way into this kind of patio area. 1 minute, 15 seconds, quarter number 1. Fresh set of downs for the Macomb Bombers. Holthouse will hand this one into the backfield. Nice pickup there.
Yeah, that's the best pickup for Macomb on the ground. That is
Drew Watson on the carry.
Drew Watson in the backfield. Gets about 4. Yeah, nice hole. Does a nice job getting small, getting skinny to get through there and wiggle through for about 4.
2nd and 6. Holthouse will hand it off to Watson once again. Breaks it out to the right sideline. Able to pick up a couple there.
It's like they're going to give him 1.
Yeah, about 1 on the carry for Watson. Clock still rolls under 30 seconds to go. Looks like Macomb is just going to let the time expire. So when we come back, it'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Bombers. As quarter number 1 is about to come to an end. It's the Golden Eagles 8, Macomb Bombers 0. With the quarters changed over here. Thanks to some of our sponsors. McDonald District Hospital Athletic Trainers and the MDH Rehabilitation Center with locations in Bushnell and Macomb provide expert help to all area student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonald District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. With locations in Macomb and Augustin, with 80 years of car sales experience, Ron LB Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car in Macomb on East Jackson Street. Stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit www.lbsalescars.com to check out their inventory. Going to try to get maybe some plastic bags on the camera and some of the equipment here as the wind is starting to pick up, blow rain into this area. Not to excuse the wind noises into the microphone.
Yeah, I get it. About here.
Sorry, Johnny. I was working with Tegan there a little bit, try and get the camera positioned so that it's dry, but our viewers can also still see the field of play.
So Bombers now 3rd and 5.
Four down territory, absolutely. So we don't need all 5.
Full house
that's a broken play.
Full house the ball.
And basically it looks, still going. Oh, they're going to mark him out. Why didn't they blow it dead? That's interesting. Oh, now they got to move him back. One of the officials moved the chain gang on because that ball, the play was not blown dead. Holthouse kept driving his feet, kept moving, but obviously he had stepped out of bounds. But we're close. This is about a yard short.
I think I got most of the equipment covered up with a plastic bag here now. Let's see how long it lasts. Wind really picking up now. There's going to be a push up the middle. Macomb just needs one to pick up the first down. Still moving there. We'll see exactly where this ball is at. I think Macomb got it.
Yeah, they give that all the way out to the 28.
Yep, it'll be a sports corner first down for the Bombers, able to move the chains there.
Got one-on-one to the wide side.
Whole house.
He wanted it. Oh, that's where he was looking. Oh, come back.
A little bit underthrown there. Pass was intended for Ian Case.
You can tell that throw was affected by a wet football. And especially his first look, we mentioned that Dion Doyle was one-on-one coverage, no safety help to the wide side of the field. Macomb wanted to go after that. He turns his hips to look that way, but he faces pressure from the left side. So he's got to come back to the right side, by which time a little bit of pressure is starting to penetrate that way. So he couldn't get everything under it, but plus, that's a wet football. Now you can see that the rain's starting to angle at this point. Snapping the ball's an issue. We're on a natural surface. We're not on turf. This very well, Johnny, may end up being one of those sloppy football games that can be a lot of fun to watch sometimes, but might not be the best representation of the two football teams. Well, it is raining sideways now, Johnny.
Yeah, it sure is, and I think that the rain has kind of changed directions a couple times here. So definitely facing the elements. It's starting to pull. Cheerleaders are coming off the field. But in terms of the game, Macomb now 3rd and 16 after the bobbled snap. Another hard count there. No action on the Merco side.
Now that's what I was talking about earlier. He goes forward. He absolutely goes forward. But they are a yard off the ball. So they knew that would be something Macomb would try and engage in, and they prepared for it.
Timeout here called by the Bombers.
Now, this is 3rd and 16, which isn't great, but we have to understand that we're in 4-down territory. So we don't need 16 yards on 3rd down. We need to make that 4th down a more manageable down.
Again, rain and wind definitely is starting to pick up. You can see it on the camera just how basically the rain is going from one side of the screen all the way to the other. Refs having a discussion in the middle of the field. I don't think they would go under delay for this, but
No, it's it's raining hard. The wind is blowing, but there is no lightning. There's no thunder. This is just, hey, it's just weather. Hey, it's football, babe. Get out there and do everything you can to snap it accurately, get it in your hands, and probably going to see a lot of running of the football from here on out.
So after the timeout, it'll be 3rd and 16 once again for Macomb. 10 minutes 30 in quarter number 2. A lot of yelling on the Merco sideline. I think they wanted a timeout. Fake flip to Watson there, brings it around the outside, able to get a short gain.
No, they didn't want a timeout. So what just happened was their coach recognized it, probably came from the booth. Our quarterback, Braden Holthouse, was split left. Backup quarterback, Jackson Barclay, was in the game, and they were running a little game. And what they wanted was Drew Watson on a keeper. They wanted them to bite, thinking that it was going to be a reverse pass. But Merco actually played it really well, kept their discipline.
Drops back into packet, ball on the ground. Macomb's able to jump on top of it, but that's going to be a turnover on downs. Holthouse had his eyes downfield there, kind of got hit while he was throwing. Ball popped loose. And Golden Eagles will take over now with 9 minutes 43 to go in quarter number 2. Be on the Golden Eagles 37 to start this drive. Again, just the 8-point lead. Cox on the keeper, brings it up the middle. Nice tackle at the ankles there.
Yeah, that was a saving tackle because we kind of crashed one way, and there was a humongous running lane for the quarterback on the keeper there, and luckily there was somebody that able to get off a block and get a little leg swipe, able to bring down the runner.
Gain of about 6 on the run to Cox.
Trips our way.
Cox will hand it off this time to Whitehall. Bounces it to the outside. He's going to have the first down and a few more to tack onto it.
So that play is designed to go into the middle. So you had the trips to our side, you had the tailback to our side, and they went ahead and ran back to the backside of the formation, so to speak. But they're going into the middle. Macomb did a nice job of holding gaps. The running back has to stop his feet. He shuffles, and then he's able to get to the edge and get around the end and pick up about 6.
Fresh set of downs as the Golden Eagles are now in Bombers territory. Cox will bring this one towards the near sideline on the keeper. Stiff arms one man. He's got a little bit of room to run down the sideline. We'll see exactly where he stepped out in a second.
So Connor Bishop does a really nice job, we talked about earlier, of caging that wide receiver block. He makes the quarterback stop his feet. He's right there. He gets a hand on him, turns him back into the field where you really need that pursuit. You really need your brothers on defense in the white shirts, those linebackers to come flying up there, but there just wasn't a ton of support. There wasn't. He didn't have that gang of white shirts coming.
So it'll be second down and about 1. 9-yard run for Cox. Handoff to Whitehall. Nice patient run there. Able to bounce it to the outside. Going to be brought down by the ankles once again, but not after the first down.
Yeah, that's a power play. That's double pull coming at us to our side of the field. And he actually, after a 3 or 4 yard gain where it starts closing in on him, cuts it all the way back to the other side of the field and stretches that out and gets himself a nice chunk of yards.
8 minutes, 15 seconds. 1st and 10 for Mercer County. Ball on the ground. Cox able to kind of just look like a basketball player there. Dribbled it and came right back up to him.
Boy, was that the Farmington game where there was 4 or 5 of those where they put the ball on the ground and it just bounces right up into their gut. That's what happened right there.
That's exactly what happened there. Cox, that's exactly what it looked like. That's what I would compare it to. Looked like a basketball player there. Just threw his hands down like he was dribbling the football. Luckily, it bounced right back up into his chest.
Luckily for them.
That would be correct. Luckily for the Golden Eagles. It was a loss of 5 on the play. Direct snap to
Quarterback
Cox.
keeper, stretch this, stretch this, stretch this. That's holding.
Yep, we got a flag down.
He
Cox
stepped
is
out.
down the sideline. He stepped out a couple times there, but penalty markers are down. I think this one,
Cox, the ball carrier, there's a penalty flag up the 40.
What? Okay, so this sideline judge didn't follow that play, which you have to do. I mean, because one judge from the far side signals touchdown, another guy was going to have it down at the 4, but he ran out of bounds from, I'd say, the 18 to the 10.
yeah,
That left foot was out of bounds
every step of the way, yeah.
But doesn't matter ultimately because it's a 10-yard holding penalty.
Finally puts the ball in play just outside the 40.
So that's going to set up about 2nd and 20 after the holding penalty there. Clock's still rolling. 7 minutes to go in quarter number 2. Cox hands this one off to Whitehall, brought down there. He's able to pick up a few on the play. Nice tackle there by Drew Watson. Whitehall now unofficially up to 6 carries on the night. Bringing up 3rd and 17 after the 3-yard gain. Got quite a few people in here. Make sure to get into that live chat section. Let us know where you're listening to us from, who you're rooting for. Quarterback keeper once again. Nice job there by the Bombers.
Is that the freshman Lindsey May? I can't tell.
I think it was Drake May. Yeah, Drake May.
I'm
yes.
sorry. Lindsey May's in college.
He is a freshman, though, isn't he?
Yes. Yep.
Just in college, not high school. So that's going to set up 4th and 16 now for the Golden Eagles. 5 minutes, 45 seconds.
So we got, we're going diamond our way. Diamond our way. Bring out a linebacker. This is going to be, they're going to try and 3-man block that. This is a little screen. Oh, they're going to go over the top. Safety get there. Drew. Oh,
Ball's going to be, overthrown by probably about 8 yards there. Had a man down the field, just a little bit overthrown.
Although I will say Drew Watson was lagging that. I would have liked to see him be aggressive at it, but I think he saw where the ball was going and never turned on the jets, but he was in the area.
Pass was intended for Fredrickson. So the Bombers take over now with 5 minutes and 21 seconds. Again, they trail by 8, able to get a stop there on the Golden Eagles. Holthouse will hand this one up the middle. Nice run there by number 23. That's Malachi Conley, his first carry of the game for the Bombers.
Goes for 10. What are we doing here? Oh. Huh. Looked like they had it up, but 8. Nice gain there.
Another handoff to Conley.
He gets through for a first down.
Going to be a Swartz corner first down for Macomb.
First down, Bombers.
Just call that about 3-yard run, 4-yard run.
Yeah, about 3. Now, interesting, we are under center now.
4 minutes 45. Holthouse hands off again. That one's going to be swallowed up at the line.
The rain has significantly lightened up right here, right now.
Eli Burns, another Jin on the stop.
Yeah, winds died down. Rain has slowed down, as I'm sure you guys can see on the camera.
So if we can get a dry football in there. The wind's in our face, which isn't great.
4 minutes 15 2nd and 10 for Macomb. Holthouse will hand this one off once again. Stopped at the line.
We stopped our feet there rather than just putting those shoulders down and just leaning into the pile. And maybe it's not much more. You know, there were dark jerseys there, but you know, you put those shoulders down, keep your legs churning, maybe you pick up 3 instead of a half.
Back-to-back carries for Malachi Conley. Bombers now faced with a 3rd and 9.
Need about 5 here, at least.
Holthouse, fake pass to the outside, looking
Oh, boy,
downfield,
what are we doing?
underthrown once again. Tried to come back to it, flag is down. Pass was intended for a Case, late flag there. It'll be pass interference on the Golden Eagles. We've seen 2 plays kind of like that where Holthouse underthrows. One went to Dion Doyle trying to come back to it and gets the pass interference call. That one intended for Case.
Yeah, that was a real dangerous pass. It felt like both of the Mercer County defenders had leverage on Case from where that ball was headed, but it ends up turning out well for the Bombers.
Holthouse handoff again. Trying to push the pile forward there. That's Conley back there once again, the ball carrier.
That was Kyler Cheatham trying to, I think Kyler Cheatham got him at least another yard and a half.
I don't know if you've been paying attention to this or not, Tony, but the car alarms have been going off constantly here tonight.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. Is that the 4th car alarm?
Yeah, the 4th car alarm since we started this game. Holthouse drops back to pass. Ball downfield once again.
Oh boy.
That one's going to be picked off by Mercer County. Keeps the feet moving there. That's number 15 on the interception. That's Colby Cox, the quarterback, able to get the ball back in his hands.
Colby Cox on the interception.
We've seen Holthouse kind of struggle to throw the ball here. A couple pass attempts falling short. That one lands in the hands of Cox, and the turnover comes at 2 minutes 41 seconds in quarter number 2.
Yeah, and that's been a couple of weeks now, and it seems like there's times where we have a step or two, and but we have to come back to the ball.
Cox on the keeper, brings it towards the far sideline.
Nice,
He's going to be
nice job.
Nice tackle there.
That's Langdon Lambert, and I tell you, he does a real nice job. He almost got a little bit ahead of the ball carrier and allowed that cutback lane, but he stayed, if not on the back hip, just inside, just enough so that he's able to corral him with that back arm and then drag him to the ground. Nice football play for the first-year football player who's actually stepped up huge this year.
Caught about half a yard there. 2nd and 10. This one will be handed off to Whitehall. Big gap up the middle. Going to be a pretty decent carry there. Goes for.
They're going to give him 6.
Give him about 6 there.
It looked like we were about to get a hand on him, get a big paw on him, and we didn't squeeze down quite enough.
Clock rolls, minute 30 here in the first half of play.
Huge play right here.
3rd down and 4. Cox takes a snap. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. It's going to be a first down. I believe that's Whitehall on the carry once again. It sure is.
Picks up the first down.
10 and Whitehall gets the first down for the Golden Eagles.
Clock's continuing to move. Rain's continuing to fall. It's not back to where it was at the heaviest, but it's definitely a little heavier than it was a few minutes ago. We're now under a minute.
Cox will keep this one. Rolls out to the near sideline. Nice pressure there. Dangerous pass. No one in the vicinity there. Just trying to get rid of it. Nice pressure there by Bishop in the backfield. Clock stops at 49.3 seconds.
Yeah, that's quarterback did well there. Bishop, can't fault him. He doesn't want that quarterback to give him a move and get outside of him. So he did a nice job of staying with him, staying in front of him. But giving that quarterback an extra second, he ends up dumping the ball off and killing the clock. We get that sack, that clock's still running, or they have to burn one of their timeouts.
2nd and 10 now after the incompletion.
Coming out this way. Come back up. Come back up. Come back up.
This one brought to the near sideline for Cox. It's going to be a first down and much more. Looks like they're going to mark him down on about the Bombers' 41. Mark him in between the 40 and 41.
One thing we're seeing here that we haven't seen in a few weeks is Braden Holdhouse out here at his cornerback position on defense. Here's that diamond play. I think this is going to be the run. They're just going to do the quick. No, that's quarterback. So it was window dressing.
Cox up the middle, picks up about 5 there.
We ran that at Muhammad about 6 years ago. There's about 4 options off of that you can use.
So a timeout called here. 37 seconds to go before the end of the first half. We'll thank some of our fine sponsors here. Since 1960, Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling has provided the greater Macomb area with expert sales, service, and installation of quality home comfort systems. Call your local Carrier dealer today at 309-833-2852 and find out how Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling delivers 365 days of indoor comfort. The Old Dairy, located at 210 South Lafayette Street, Macomb, Illinois, serving soups, salads, sandwiches, homemade dessert, Blue Bunny ice cream, and a full-service coffee bar. Breakfast served all day and free Wi-Fi. Visit them online at www.olddairyMacomb.com or call 309-837-6700 for your takeout.
So keeping them out of the end zone, Johnny, is huge here. We get the ball back after half. We keep this to 8-0. Get the ball back, start to get a little rhythm on offense. We got a football game, but we got to keep them out of the end zone here.
2nd and 5 for Mercer County. Again, 37 seconds to go. Cox drops back to pass. That was going to be batted down by Watson. Nice play there by Watson, able to sneak into the backfield, get hands on that one. Another incompletion will set up 3rd down and 5. About 3 seconds came off the clock there, 34 exactly.
So they've got the wing and the twins this way, which is essentially is trips. Now that's a run up the middle, brings them down. It's going to be 4th and short.
Whitehall brought down there. They're only going to give him about 2 on the carry. Another timeout charged on the field. Look at that, 28 seconds remaining on the clock. Macomb's original local sports bar is the Sports Corner at 124 with a focus on local sports. Catch WIU games and all of the area TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124. All while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. Tony, do I need to ask what's going on over there, or should I just stay out of it?
Just stay out of it. We're doing a little dance here. Just, halftime could come soon. It'd be great. A lot of water in the pickup on the way here.
28.4 now. Mercer County faced with a 4th down.
Stretch. Step up. Oh, okay. First down.
Yep, it's going to be a first down for Cox, able to lay out there past the first down marker.
Brought down to 39, first down.
Be a gain of about 3 for Cox. Unofficially his 11th carry of the game.
So that's interesting. They called the timeout. They get the first down, which kills the clock for the chains to reset, but they went ahead and called the timeout.
I believe that was the Golden Eagles' last timeout of the half, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. Their scoreboard doesn't have timeouts, but I believe that to be the case.
So Cox just barely able to get the arms kind of stretched out there, pick up the first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 with 23.3.
Does have the timeouts. It just isn't. I see it there.
Again, this will be a huge stop for the Bombers defense because, as Mr. Tony Weston mentioned, Bombers ball after the halftime break. Ball spotted on about the Macomb 30.
We're on an island on the far side. Safety help is only to the Twins.
Cox drops back to pass. Deep ball downfield for Fredrickson.
Oh, come on.
That was number 11. That was Braden Holthouse, the quarterback. Might have got a little handsy there. I believe there's going to be pass interference in the end zone. Again, that pass was intended for Mr. William Fredrickson.
Yeah, it looked like their bodies were bumping together. And see many hands there, and he put his hand. The ball was thrown out of bounds, but you know we've had a couple of pass interference calls, so they're calling pass interference tonight. But you know we just got to tighten down. 18 seconds. Got to make football plays.
So that's going to be a pretty big penalty as now the Golden Eagles have the ball on the Macomb 15. Just 18 seconds to go. Again, no timeouts remaining for Mercer County. Cox rolls out. Short pass there past the outstretched hands of Mason Gray. He's able to reel in the touchdown earlier tonight. Couldn't pull that one in. Again, clock stops on the incompletion. We'll bring up 2nd and 10. .6 seconds.
Yeah, so I think at this point, no timeouts, 13.6. Clearly, they have the ability to throw the ball. They like to throw the ball. I think you see a couple of end zone shots because if they run the ball or if they do a screen or if they do something underneath and get tackled, that kills a lot of clock. I think this ball is going to be going to the end zone.
Cox traced all the way back. Flag is down on the play. Looks towards the far sideline end zone.
And this might be a hold, which brings them back to the 25. Yep.
Yep, holding on the offense there.
And that's with 4.2 seconds, so I'd love to see too high here.
And the Golden Eagles lead 8-0. The lone touchdown comes on the passing play from Cox to Gray. Of course, the 2-point conversion good afterwards as well.
What are we doing here?
Yeah, seems to be a lot of conversation down the field. I don't know if they're maybe getting a new football. That's what it looks like they're doing. Maybe getting a dry football as the rain has definitely died down. Still sprinkling a little bit, but nowhere near where it was earlier.
.2 seconds. This is probably one play territory, but you never know if you get a quick out to a sideline.
And timeout charged to Macomb.
Yeah, that was well done. They wanted to see Merco come out and line up. They wanted to see the form, wanted to get an idea of what they were going to see, and then call that timeout and come back and talk about it.
Again, you expect one shot to the end zone here, 4 seconds to go before we head to our halftime break. The cheerleaders have reemerged out of the tunnel, are now back out onto the field. Again, talking things over. Ball will be spotted on about the Macomb 25.
As football tends to do, I'd say this last 3-4 minutes of first half play has slowed the game down considerably. It was just flying by there for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. We got through that first quarter in a hurry, got through most of this game, or most of the second quarter in a hurry, and until we got to about 1:30 to go.
So we got tight bunch to the right, one-on-one. Actually have safety help. They did go too high. He's stepping up. He's going to run, and that'll end the first half.
Yep, going to be brought down out of bounds. Number 40 on the tackle, Kyler Norton, able to take him out of bounds. And that's how the first half of play will come to an end here on a rainy Friday night in Aledo. Mercer County leads Macomb 8-0 here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We'll take a quick break here during halftime, play a quick interview, and be back with you for some stats at the halftime break and, of course, for the start of half number 2. So once again, this is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH for Honor Brothers Heating and Cooling's presentation of Bomber football.
I enjoy working at MDH because it's a smaller hospital.
It's just a great environment to be in.
These people are amazing, and my boss is amazing.
We help each other out. Makes the working environment more enjoyable compared to other places I've worked at.
It's not just like the people that I work with, but everyone in this hospital. They're all very friendly, very kind, very receptive to outsiders and new people.
You know, work is not just about the job, it's also about the people that work alongside you, and we have the best teamwork. They're like a second family, and sometimes you can't get that feeling other places.
I believe our departments here are very cohesive because we are a relatively small community. So not only do we know each other through our professional roles at McDonough District Hospital, but we very much see each other in the community as well. And so I think we have a strong respect for one another, our diversity in backgrounds, but yet all coming together for one common goal, and that's strong patient care.
Working in the emergency room is different from any other part of the hospital because I do a lot of hands-on patient care in a very high-paced, high-energy setting. You see anywhere from a stubbed toe all the way to really intense patients like cardiac arrest, so it's a huge learning environment. We never see the same thing twice, even if they come in with the same complaint. There's always an opportunity to learn, even with your stubbed toe patients.
In the emergency department, if you want to really use your nursing skills and your critical thinking at work, ER is definitely for a new grad. Working here just for the past couple months as an actual nurse, I've used a lot of my nursing skills I've learned in nursing school, and I've used a lot of my critical thinking skills. It just makes me feel good about myself, being able to help people that need help, that need to be taken care of.
You get the opportunity to see so many different things that if you worked at a bigger hospital, you may not be able to see. So that's probably what I think is most unique. We have a lot of travelers that come here and they're like, oh my gosh, you guys get to do that? Or wow, you get to see that? And I'm just used to the, level 4 and 5 and the more what we would classify as the more simpler patients, not the more complex and in-depth patients. So I think that's what's the most interesting part.
Working in acute makes it so special is the bond that each of us share. We all have a close-knit bond, especially with the ones that I started working out with when I first became a nurse, and the teamwork is tremendous.
Working on acute care as a new graduate would be a great learning experience. We see a wide variety of patients, surgicals, orthopedics, general medical, heart failure, diabetes. It's a wide variety that gives you a lot to learn from. Your basic nursing skills that you learned in nursing school will be used on acute care with all the different patient population, and to put what you've learned in a skills lab to practice with your patient population.
We have a great team of nurses that work in home care. Sometimes in home care we get into some situations where The level of care is very high at home, and there's a lot of resources needed. And just setting up a total plan to meet the patient's needs, that's where the nurses need some help. They can care for the patients extremely well. Nurses who work in home care will tell you one of the biggest satisfiers about being a home care nurse is the variety of patients that you see. In one day's time, you may visit a person who has a chronic respiratory illness, then a person who is a cardiac patient, then a wound, and then maybe a new ostomy. So the skill set is a varied skill set, but that's also the same thing that really entices some nurses, because they feel like they are always learning and they're getting to use many, many skills and not just in one specialized area.
I do pre-op and post-op in the surgery department, and what makes it special is we get a lot of one-on-one time with our patients when they're awake, and I guess when they're asleep too, but more importantly when they're awake. I get to hear their stories, who they are. I'm not from this area, so it's really interesting for me to have that one-on-one time with them. So yeah, I think that's what makes it most special. The thing about surgery, especially at MDH, a lot of our surgeries are outpatient. So we're scheduled 7 to 3:30. So typically we're here early in the morning, and then we leave by 3:30. So it's nice, 8-hour shift, Monday through Friday. We get our holidays off and weekends off usually.
I chose surgery because I really liked human anatomy. That was one of my favorite classes. During nursing school, I got to observe a couple different surgical procedures, and I just loved it. So in surgery, you have to have a lot of teamwork because there's many different areas that are providing care for the same patient. Surgery, you don't learn that in school. Like you learn everything on the job. So when you're starting out with nursing, like you're fresh, you don't have, any, like you're just in a sponge ready to absorb, and I think surgery is the perfect place for that.
ICU is special because the patients are a lot more ill than they would be on acute care, but you also have lower patient load, so it allows you to really focus in on each patient's care and be able to really take your time with, the drips and whatever the treatment plan is. The excitement about coming to work every day is absolutely, you don't know what's going to be here when you get here.
It takes a special person to be able to jump right in and dive into ICU from the get-go. I mean, I've seen people do it. I've worked with great nurses that have done it. But in my experience, I enjoyed working in acute care, getting my experience, and then cross-training as soon as I can. Don't be scared to volunteer and say, I'll do that, let me cross-train. Don't be scared to do that. Just always be willing to experience different things.
I think my favorite part about being in staff development is being able to mentor and collaborate with all the staff, getting to know all the faces of all the staff and be able to work with them to watch their growth. Also knowing how to educate, being able to educate in different ways. People learn differently. Some people are going to learn more auditory, some people are going to need to do more of the hands-on tactile skills. So just being able to adapt that orientation to be able to provide the education where they're going to get the most out of it. I think the biggest thing is being a resource for our staff throughout the orientation, as well as, we're still there as a continued resource throughout their whole employment to be able to continue their education.
OB is the best job I've ever had, probably the toughest job I've ever had, just because it can change on a dime. Everything can be going fine, and then all of a sudden it's not. And you have to be prepared for that. And you have to be prepared to care for two patients at once, one that you can see and one that you can't see. I've had my babies here. I've had one of my babies in this room almost 14 years ago. It's just an incredible amount of teamwork that goes on. It's an incredible amount of trust, and most of the time it's fun to see a new person come into the world, and celebrate with those parents.
OB is exciting, and you never know what can happen and what can walk in the door. But at the same time, you get to really give total holistic care in OB, as in you get to really see the emotional side of patients, and then you also get to help them physically too. So it's just a really good feeling. I look forward to having my babies here someday, because I know that my coworkers / good friends are going to take amazing care of me, and I know the providers will completely support me and my baby as well.
We hope that future nurses of MDH will choose us, and those who are already here will want to continue on, because we have such a strong sense of team, whether it's the teamwork within a department between shifts or interdepartmentally when they do a handoff between one department to another. It's just a very strong sense of team and support for one another, and a great respect for everyone's various roles, because it takes the whole team for all of us to be successful and for the patient to have a good outcome.
The industry-first 2-in-1 removable agitator from Whirlpool gives you 2 ways to wash. Jeans, in. Sweaters, out. Towels, in. Comforters, out. You decide. Whirlpool.
I'm a pretty calm, cool, and collective guy, but...
Sorry, what's your... We have 2 next to each other. That's bad. 2 white boxes. Evan? Evan?
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
There's been a lot of rewarding parts working at McDonough District Hospital. I've had patients come to me that maybe have not had care in the community, care available, so with the addition of nurse practitioners lately, we've been able to add more care, and that's very rewarding to me. My hope is that when the patients leave at the end of an appointment, they leave and they definitely feel like they've been listened to, and they feel like their needs have been met, their cares have been met, and that they're going to get the proper treatment that they deserve from me as a provider.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today, and make your voice heard.
Back here in Aledo, Golden Eagles have the lead over the Bombers 8-0 at the start of the second half. John Burton alongside Tony Weston taking Perry a couple feet away, running the camera. We're all stacked up here in the, I guess you call it, it's a press box area, at least a press area to say the least. As
I think it's the party press patio.
That's what, I mean, we're about to turn it into the party press patio for sure. Only a couple people up here join us here at the end of the second quarter. There was quite a few people up here standing, looking over.
Yeah, I think at this point it'd be wise to mention number one, Rich Weston, the RE/MAX Unified Broker that provided the apparel for our staff, the polos and the quarter zip that we wear on the broadcasts. Also, Diggers College City Bowl. We haven't been able to throw out tonight because we haven't been in the Diggers College City Bowl red zone. But I know Peanuts there behind the bar. Old number 2, watching the Bombers, his beloved Bombers, and hoping for some offense here in the second half. And honestly, Johnny, week 8 for the first time this year, I want to tell you, I want to thank Tegan Perry. Not just for the camera work that he provides, not just for for the fellowship that we enjoy every week. But Tegan always has an iPhone charger ready to go for me as soon as I walk in. He knows I will have forgotten mine. He knows I will have drained my battery on the way there, and Tegan is ready and says, Coach, here you go. I don't even ask for it. But thank you, Tegan, for everything you've done for us this season, buddy.
Of course. Hey, I got one question for you. Is it Rock and Bowl tonight up there at College Digger City?
It's Friday, buddy. You know it's Rock and Bowl up at Diggers College City Bowl. You know you go up to Eric Dakin at Diggers College City Bowl. You get a couple hours, $10 in the dark with the machines going off and the lights all crazy and the music blasted up there. And then, you know, they close that down and you move over to the sports corner and you have a little food and maybe a soda. So you know what our Friday night plan is.
We'll go over some stats here as it appears the rain has completely stopped. I was checking the radar there during the halftime break, and at least according to AccuWeather. Now, I get a lot of comments when I use AccuWeather. Oh, it's not that accurate. Use weather.com or whatever.
It's accurate.
It's accurate. It's accurate. I think the rain might be stopped for this second half of play, so we'll see how that goes. Let's go over some stats here. We'll start with the Macomb Bombers side. Jerron Petty has 1 carry for no yards. Connor Bishop has 2 carries for -1. Braden Holthouse, 3 carries, 2 yards. Drew Watson has 3 carries for 8 yards. And Malachi Conley has 5 carries for 12 yards. Braden Holthouse has completed 1 pass for 9 yards through the pick that was picked off by Colby Cox. The 1 pass for 9 yards went to big man Ian Case. For the Mercer County Golden Eagles, we'll start with the man that's kind of been all over the place tonight, Tannen Whitehall. He's got 9 carries, 64 yards, had a big punt return to go along with it. Colby Cox, the quarterback, 11 carries, 42 yards. In the air, Cox has attempted unofficially 9 passes. He completed 4 of them for 23 yards. 2 of those went to Tannen Whitehall for 12 yards. And then, of course, the 4-yard touchdown pass to Mason Gray is our lone score of the contest, as it looks like we're getting ready to get things kicked off here in the second half of play. Again, Bombers will be receiving the football to start this one. Able to put up a pretty good stop there at the end of the second quarter. Able to keep Mercer County out of the end zone and now get a chance to put some points on the board early on in half number 2.
Yeah, that was huge, and we need to carry that momentum here into the third quarter. I'd really like to see us, I mean, obviously we started to get a little bit of momentum on the ground. I think we really need to start working the intermediate routes, maybe even some short routes. We need to work the slants and hitches and perhaps those bubbles.
Kick can be received by Watson, takes it down the far sideline, runs over a man, able to pick up a few more yards after that.
Got that out to about the 45, and you know what? We saw Malachi Conley drifting back there. Drew called him off, and which is a great call because you've got Malachi drifting back to catch the ball. Well, Drew caught that ball running full steam ahead with a full head of steam and able to take that ball and run, and picks up, I'd say, 25 after he caught it.
So the first drive of the second half for the Bombers offense starts on about their own 45. Holthouse there under center. Toss all the way back to Holthouse. Couple tosses there. Able to shake through a couple defenders. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to rush
he
up.
Ends up getting about 6. Boy, that was an interesting play. That was at least double, if not triple reverse. I'd have to go back and watch the film. But when Braden Holthouse got the ball back in his hands, Dion was coming all the way across the field, and we had an open receiver, but I don't think he could get his feet set because there were defenders chasing him.
A little bit of trickery to open up the second half for the Bombers. Holthouse able to pick up 5 using the legs. Handoff comes up the middle. Bishop puts his head down. Pushes into the pile. Picked up a few there, give him about 3 on the carry.
That's one of those things we've talked about throughout the year. Connor Bishop runs hard, runs with attitude, that I know he has, being his teacher and his wrestling coach, but he's still 135 pounds. So, sometimes he'll run as hard as he possibly can, but he runs into those big D tackles and his journey stops.
10 minutes, 40 seconds. Handoff this time comes to Bishop once again.
Boy,
Flag is down. Bishop's able to pick up the first down, but there is laundry on the field. It's going to be a hold charge to Macomb.
Boy, and not only do we not pick up the first down, that's going to go from a 3rd and 2 to about a 3rd and 12.
Walking off the holding penalty here will bring the Bombers all the way back to their own 43.
So typically, you're minus, you're at the minus 43. You'd think you're right around midfield. You're 4 down territory.
Low snap.
Definitely not now.
Holthouse is able to dive on top of it.
Now we're punting.
Going to be a big loss there. Loses about 12 there on the low snap. So now it'll be 4th and 21.
If we have the ability, I'd love to see this punt go directionally towards us, towards the right side of the field, to get it out of the way of the returner. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Another little snap.
Oh, boy.
Holthouse trying to make something happen. Looking downfield towards the sideline. Ball's caught, but I believe he's going to be out of bounds.
But it doesn't matter anyway, because at least it gets it back to the line. I mean, it's not good either way. We're not able to get a punt away, but it gets it back to the line of scrimmage rather than taking a sack, and giving up another 8 yards.
So the Golden Eagles will take over now. Ball will be spotted on about the, looks like the Bombers' 33. 9 minutes, 48 seconds.
That's up to the 32. That's we're asking a lot of our defense, but we need another stop, boys.
Snap comes. Cox, keeper, runs it up the middle. He's going to pick up a few there.
Yeah, you saw the sniffer shuffle along the line. You kind of knew what was coming. We get our trailer goes ahead and gets him around the waist, drags him down from behind, but we're not able to get that force coming up from the face. So he's able to end up picking up 4.
Yeah, basically
that's a big 4. It's almost 5.
Yeah, nice carry there by the quarterback Cox. He's got 12 unofficially on the night. 2nd and 6 for the Golden Eagles. Just over 9 minutes to go in quarter number 3.
Oh.
Cox, the keeper, brings it to the near sideline once again. Room to run. Nice block downfield. He's going to be close to the pylon. Pushed out of bounds by Watson. Going to be about 2 yards short of the touchdown.
We had an outside linebacker coming in hard, making a play, but it kind of looked like he had his head down. And he didn't adjust to the ball carrier. He just kept coming outside, went by him. And once that happens, that's your outside guy. So now Cox had free reign to get out to the sideline, where now he's got the cornerback to contend with, but the cornerback was being blocked very well by the receiver.
2 yards to go to the goal. Cox will hand it off to Whitehall. He's going to be stopped short. Nice job there by the Macomb line, able to keep Whitehall out of the end zone. He's going to pick up about a yard on the play. Whitehall not up to 10 carries, 8 minutes, 40 seconds.
Boy, this would be a huge time for the Bombers to see one of those snap issues that's happened both ways tonight.
Going to be a keeper for Cox, punches it up the middle, breaks the plane, and it'll be a touchdown for the Golden Eagles. Pushes the lead up 14-0 now. Touchdown comes at 8 minutes and 19 seconds in quarter number 3. The 1-yard run courtesy of Colby Cox. And Mercer County will set up to go for 2. Trying to push the lead up to 16-0. Cox rolls out towards the far sideline. Maybe thought about throwing there, puts his head down, and is able to punch it in. So that'll put the Golden Eagles up 16-0 here in Aledo. Again, that touchdown came at 8 minutes and 19 seconds. We'll take a quick break here on TSSR Game Time Live as Honor Brothers Heating and Cooling brings you Bombers football.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Back here in Aledo, again, the rain has virtually died off here tonight as Macomb's getting ready to receive another kick after the touchdown. Again, Mercer County up 16-0. Kick here is going to be fielded by, I believe that's Bishop there on the return. He's able to bring it out past the 35. Looks like the ball is going to be spotted right around the Macomb 36. I'll spot it at the 37. And this is really where the Bombers need to get things rolling here. And we are in the second half, 8 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Really have kind of struggled pushing the ball downfield. Got to make something happen. Holthouse will hand it off up the middle. Powell's going to be pushed forward a little bit. It's Malachi Conley on the carry.
Pickup of about a yard there. Just that's just a basic give up the middle, kind of a midline belly play almost. Trying to see what the linebackers are doing, seeing if we can free up a little space to throw the ball over the middle of the field.
Ball's on the ground once again. Holthouse is able to fall on it. Macomb starting to have some issues on the snap.
Well, that one was right to his hands. He just went to turn to give the ball away before he had the ball in his hands. That snap was on time.
Loss of about 2 yards on the bobbled snap. Sets up 3rd down and 12 for Macomb. Holthouse drops back to pass. He's got Case over the middle. First down and keeps the feet moving there. Pushes it up to the 50-yard line. That's good for a sports corner first down for the Bombers.
That's one of those slants. That's a deeper slant. That was about a 7-step slant coming into the field, and it was a little bit skinny. Doesn't seem like that because the ball came all the way across the field, but the two defenders were riding Ian just right along that 50-yard line across the field.
It's only Holthouse's second completion. Another snap here. Handoff to Conley will be stopped at the line. Might have lost a couple there, actually. Maybe about a yard there. 6 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Sets up 2nd and 11 for the Bombers offense.
So we're going to go, we're going to flex out to the wing. Gives us 2 receivers each side. Max protect.
Holthouse quick pass outside for Case. He's able to pick up a few back there, maybe about 6 on the forward progress.
Yeah, and you know what? You love it. That one was the quick slant variety. That's just one step, plant the outside foot, break into the field, get the ball in the big guy's hands, and see what he can do. Now the cornerback does a real nice job of holding him till he can get his teammates over there to help him finish the play, but we pick up 5 yards.
5 minutes, 45 seconds. Quarter number 3, Bombers now faced with a 3rd and 5.
Now they got walk-up press on Ian.
Full house drops back to pass once again. Pass is complete to Case. He brings it towards the middle of the field. Nice pass play there.
And that was excellent. Ian put it, so the defender was about 6 yards off the cornerback and did the thing where we saw actually Brimfield do where we're facing away from the middle of the field. We're taking away that inside slant. And Ian makes an outside move to flip the cornerback's hips and then comes right underneath him and gets hit in stride.
Pass play goes for about 25. Whole house looking for Case once again. Case fighting for position. I think it's going to be picked off. It is. So it'll be another turnover on the interception for the Bombers and Whole house. And again, just trying to go back to the well there, trying to get the ball to the big man, Ian Case.
But we tried to go downfield. We tried to push that ball downfield, and Ian has to try to come back to the ball, and he ended up playing the defender on that ball.
So Mercer County will take over on, looks like about their own 10. Just over 5 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Cox takes the snap, hands off to Whitehall.
Drive your feet. You can't get driven back. Got to finish the play right at the line. Let's get this ball back in the offense's hands.
Whitehall picks up about a yard on the run play, sets up 2nd and 9. Clock rolls under 4 minutes and 30 seconds. As Whitehall's 11th carry, he's up to 66 yards unofficially on the night. Again, 2nd and 9 play here for the Golden Eagles. Cox is going to hand it off to, I believe that's Whitehall once again. Going to be another short gain, about a yard there.
Third and 7, this is big play. Big play. We got to bottle this up. We got to get the football back.
Yeah, this will be a big stop here for Macomb. They can get the turnover on downs. Again, the clock is starting to work against them a little bit as it rolls to 3 minutes, 35 seconds in the 3rd quarter. But a stop here would be huge for this Bombers team. Cox rolls out to the near sideline, looking downfield. He's got number 1 complete, and that's going to be a first down. That's Lucas Shaden on the catch.
Yep, little out route. Gets separation, gets out towards the barrier. Easy little pitch and catch. Moves the chains.
That's Shaden's first reception of the game.
I got to say that's he comes out to close that distance down, but still, that's going across the field. That's a tough throw. He made a real nice play there.
Cox will keep this one met in the backfield, but keeps the feet moving. It's going to be another gain.
It's met at the line, and we're not wrapped up. Ends up picking up 6.
Brings up 2nd down.
We got to keep those heads up. We got to keep that energy up. I need to see somebody going from guy to guy saying, let's go. Let's go. We need to get this energy. We need to get this football back.
2 minutes, 45 seconds. Golden Eagles now 2nd and 4. Letting some time run there. Cox will keep this one, takes it to the far sideline once again. Brought down by a sea of Bombers.
Looks like he's going to be just short, they're measuring. No, they're giving it to him.
Nope, they're going to give him the first down. couldn't have been by much. Cox now unofficially up to 87 yards on the night, 16 carries for him. Two minutes 20. Cox, another keeper, brings it up the middle. It's going to be a first down. Got a wide gap to run through. Sheds off the tackle there, and he is still on his feet. To the 10-yard line, brought down out of bounds. That was Kyler Norton on the pursuit there, but it's a huge gain for Colby Cox. Gets the ball out to about the Bombers' 7, it looks like.
Brought down to 7-yard line, first and goal.
Touchdown saving tackle there by the freshman Kyler Norton. He actually grabbed in the horse collar area, but the quarterback actually kept his feet, which saved us a penalty as he kind of went out of bounds. But just a little QB go and gets himself down the field. So now we got 4 tries from the 6, it looks like, 7.
Cox will hand this one up to Whitehall, pushes it, and it's going to be close to a touchdown, and it is a touchdown. Tannen Whitehall on the 7-yard carry, scores it for the Golden Eagles. He's up to 75 yards on the night, pushes the score out to 22-0. Mercer County will set up to go for 2, trying to push things out a little bit further. Touchdown comes at just under 2 minutes. Cox looking to pass this one away. Going to be underthrown a little bit, but nice catch there on the far sideline by the pylon. 2-point conversion, good. That was number 11 reeling things in, Mason Gray. He had the initial touchdown for the Golden Eagles and is able to bring in the 2-point conversion. So it's 24-0 in favor of Mercer County. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH for Honor Brothers Heating and Cooling's presentation of Bombers football.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
Welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live. Again, Golden Eagles have the lead 24-0. Kick's going to be picked up there in the backfield. That's Bishop on the return once again. Breaks the tackle there, brings it out past the 35. About like he did the other one. Ball's going to be spotted right around that 37-yard marker once again.
Yeah, almost identical. So now, right now, the message from your seniors needs to be, the message from your coaching staff needs to be, this is not over. We're still in the third quarter. You know, we've got nearly 14 football minutes left in this football game. They've maxed out 3 touchdowns, so it's a 3-score game, but it's a maxed out 3-score game. But still 3 scores, still within 3-score reach. So we need urgency. We need to push the ball, go. But you know, you need that leadership to be going up and down, to be tapping helmets, to be, you know, getting your guys juiced, ready to go. And this is, you know, our season's on the line right now. Our back's against the wall. And we need an answer right now.
Minute and 50 seconds in the third quarter. Macomb takes possession right around their own 37. Play action pass. Pass comes out to Watson on the near sideline. A little bit of room to run there. Stiff arms a man and is brought down, but he crosses over the 50. It'll be a Sports Corner first down.
So I love that play call for a couple of reasons. Number one, we've called for it. We wanted to see that little now route, that little that little now to the wide receiver as he takes a couple of steps back. But it was also a read off of the run, which bought a little bit of time and moved some feet. Oh, nice run by Malachi Conley. He's down the far sideline. The man to beat gets pulled out of bounds at about the 13. But on that previous play, that clears out some guys, brought him up to the line. So now he played a little game where am I going to run it or am I going to dump it off to Watson? When you get the ball in Watson's hands, good things can happen. So he ended up picking up about 15. And then you got Malachi Conley squirting through a tackle after he'd already had a nice gain and busting down the sideline, picking up, what was that? I didn't even know where we started. So 30?
About 38 on the carry 38. Is what I gave him.
Nice. Trips left.
Hand off to Conley once again. He's going to be brought down. Ball loose, but he would be down before that. Again, we still got a whole nother quarter here. That was a pretty big run by Conley. Might be what the Bombers need to kind of get started here. And it really sucks that you have to say that here in the third quarter, but really just not able to get off the starting line so far here tonight.
We need this ball in the end zone.
Absolutely. Clock rolls under a minute. 2nd and 10. Ball on the ground temporarily. Holthouse picks it up, looks to the end zone. He's got Watson, and it'll be a touchdown.
So that's finally one of those goes our way, where the ball is bounced, and Braden's able to pick it up, reverse pivot out, evade the rush. Looks like he's going to take off running, but he sees Watson, which is basically he's doing a scramble drill. He came across the formation underneath and just headed to the pylon and is able to hit him in stride and get tucked inside that pylon for the touchdown. Now you need 2 points every single time.
The Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown. Bombers set up to go for 2. Jump pass is completed to Case. Doesn't get much easier than that. Bombers make the 2-point conversion good.
Yeah, usually you want to throw that one over a linebacker. There wasn't a linebacker there. So actually he was able to throw that on a line right to his numbers.
So Macomb gets on the scoreboard. Touchdown comes at 43 seconds to go, and maybe just what the Bombers need to start crawling back into this one. They still got a lot of work to do. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
Back here on TSSR Game Time Live for Honor Brothers Heating and Cooling's presentation of Bomber football up here in Aledo. Once again, first half started off pretty rainy. It's pouring there for a second. Rain picked up. Second half has been nothing but clear skies. That ball fielded right around the...
Oh, jeez. Oh, we have it?
Macomb might came
up with that. That's Macomb ball. So... that ball is dribbled down the field, and the idea is let's try and get it bouncing and get it to bounce off somebody. It actually goes right into one of Mercer County's kick returner's hands, so much so that he doesn't fall on it, he's able to run with it. He gets a good 5 yards, 7 yards of return, and then gets a helmet to the football. That ball pops out again, and Macomb's got the ball back.
I believe that was Brendan Bolte on the fumble recovery there. And how big would it be if the Bombers could punch this one in with 37?
I'm sorry, Johnny. You mispronounced Thunderbolt.
There we go. Thunderbolt Conley to the outside. First down and more. About a 15-yard carry there for Malachi Conley. And
let's go. Keep it going. Tempo, 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 tempo.
Some life here now on the Macomb side. Conley's up to 65 yards unofficially. 30 seconds to go in quarter number 3. Clock starts to run. Sports Corner first down there by Conley. Holthouse is going to keep this one, takes it to the right side. He's going to be brought down. Might have picked up a yard there, half a yard.
Yeah, they had that one sniffed out. They Actually, our guys all kind of went left, and Holthouse came to try to go off the right edge, and there was 3 or 4 blue jerseys there. He going down is probably the right. Oh, no. So for the first time tonight, we get them to break that 1-yard barrier that they prepared for. They jump all the way off sides, but our tackle on, again, as we've discussed many times, on no play call, he jumped and nullifies that. So that's, in effect, that's a 10-yard swing on a false start play. But it's okay. It's okay.
And that's how the third quarter will come to an end. Bombers now starting to show a little bit of life here in Aledo. Score is 24-8 in favor of the Golden Eagles, but it will be Bombers ball to start the final quarter of play. Let's thank some of our fine sponsors here. Face-to-face over the phone, by email, or by text. Choose how you do business with Tom Conklin, State Farm, Macomb. You can reach them at 309-837-1200 or visit them online at www.macombsf.com. Better yet, stop in and get your quote today at 1221 West Jackson Street in Macomb. King Family Chiropractic, with locations in Bushnell and Macomb, support all area student athletics. They offer office hours in Macomb Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Bushnell Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. To set up an appointment, call 309-837-6932. They also perform DOT/CDL physicals for just $85. At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in because purple stands out. At WIU, there's limitless potential with campuses in Macomb, Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out. Bombers here start the fourth quarter on about the Golden Eagles 29. Quick hitter out to Case.
Hold on to the ball. Hold on to the ball. 2 hands.
Nice run after the catch there from Case. Able to push it close to the first down.
Yeah, that'll still be a good yard, but we'll take that.
Sets up 3rd and 1 for the Bombers offense.
Oh, just give it.
Handoff to Conley, spins around.
Now this one's going to be close.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he got crossed. We'll see where they spot it. It's real close.
And I tell you, I don't know if they have line calls with Braden Holthouse, but look at Drew Watson, how far off they are.
QB sneak up the middle to Holthouse. He's going to fall forward after initially being stopped. We'll see if it's enough for the Sports Corner first down. It will be.
Yep, move those chains. Here we go.
There we go. Sports Corner first down. Ball is now on the Golden Eagles 15.
But they had, as I was saying, Johnny, they had a huge cushion, more so on the 3rd down play, but on Drew Watson, on number 1, the number 3 in the formation and the trips. That's just get the ball in your hands and almost shuffle it out to him, and he's leaning forward for 4 yards.
A little bit of delay here. Refs in the middle kind of talking things over. They've already moved the change. We kind of ran into this last week where they point for the first down and then maybe think about measuring it, but the chains have already moved. Not sure what that conversation was about. But it'll be a fresh set of downs for Macomb. Again, 15 yards to go to the end zone. Macomb trails by 2 scores. Holthouse fakes the handoff to Conley. Quick hitter over the middle to Watson.
Nice, perfect. Little inside slant to the number 3 against that huge cushion. That's wide open right there over the middle of the field. Gets it to him. In for the touchdown.
Tom Conklin, State Farm touchdown, and the Bombers now up to 14, 24-14. Watson's hauled in 2 touchdowns here in about the final, about 3 minutes of gameplay.
Now, this is huge.
High snap, Holthouse
Gets
brings
out
it
there,
down.
trying to get to it, get out to the pylon, reach, he's in! This is now a 1-score game, Johnny. This went from the darkest of days to you've got over 10 minutes, almost 11 minutes left in this football game, and it's a one-score football game. You've got life on that Bomber sideline, and everything has changed in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, Bombers definitely starting to roll here late.
You could see the energy on the field.
Yeah, a lot different look, and we kind of talked about that. Maybe some heads down, not a lot of excitement there on the Bombers sideline, but a lot of pep in the step now as they come out to kick this one away. And how about Drew Watson now? 2 touchdown receptions for both of the Bombers score and 2 huge 2-point conversions.
Huge. And I'll tell you what, how's this happening? Ian Case is getting you down the field. And then Drew Watson gets you into the end zone. And what it is it's intermediate and short routes. It's a little hitch here and some slants to the middle of the field there. What they're seeing is there's a big bubble in the middle of the field. Safety's deep, and then they've got outside leverage, and there's a big cushion being given to that number 3. And they're exploiting that, and they're being able to pick up chunks of yardage that they weren't able to pick up earlier in the football game.
So this game has certainly gotten more interesting now in the fourth quarter. Bombers need to stop.
Get there,
onside
get there,
kick.
get there. We got it again. That's a Bomber
it.
Football. So that ball is kicked in the air over the front line, hits the grounds, takes a member's bounce if you're on a golf course away from the return team, and the Bomber bullet on the outside is able to slide in, corral the ball, put it in his gut, and cover up. And all of a sudden, Bomber ball down 8 within 1 score. And let's see where the coverage is now. Now they're bringing a linebacker. Now they're stacking over the 2. They're bringing a linebacker inside of the 3, but facing inside.
Bombers have it on the Golden Eagles 39.
Yep, so
quick pass out
bubble
to Watson. Nice block downfield. A little bit of room to work. Watson's got the sports
Cover the
corner
ball.
first down. And
25, about 14 yards.
About 14 yards on the reception there, and Watson continues to get things done for the Bombers squad. Gets the ball up to the Mercer County 25. Again, 10 minutes, 38 seconds to go. And again, this game was pointing all Golden Eagles with the Bombers coming on late. Full House takes a snap. Quick pass out for Cates. It's going to be incomplete.
Pass incomplete. Intended for Case. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Okay, they've made an adjustment on that inside slant from the 3.
Full House keeps it, throws it out for Watson.
Lost our footing.
Yep.
He had another chunk of yards there on the it's not a bubble, and it's not exactly a now. Just a little wide receiver drift route, drifting back the line of scrimmage.
So now Macomb faced with a 3rd and 10, trying to keep things rolling here in the fourth quarter. Low snap there, Whole House gets it. He's got a man downfield, it's Doyle, and it's broken up at the last second.
What a play by the defensive back, knocking that ball away at the last second.
That was number 3, Dalen Blazer.
Because I'll tell you what, we had a step on the defensive back. Dion's behind the defense. The ball is thrown beyond the defense. We're able to push that football downfield, which we haven't seen out of that elbow for a couple of weeks. But that defensive player made a great play.
4th down territory, 4th and 10 now to face the Bombers. 9 minutes, 45 seconds exactly to go in the fourth quarter. Again, Bombers got to keep things rolling here. Whole House drops back to pass. Pass comes over the middle for Doyle, and it's broken up once again. Nice defense there by the Golden Eagles, able to keep step in step with Dion Doyle. I believe that was Blazer once again on the coverage, so it would be a turnover on downs. But still a lot of time to go.
Still
Macomb
a lot
can
of
pick
time.
up a stop.
Yeah, we need a stop here. We need that defense to respond to the offense's energy. Obviously special teams energy, because that's special teams. Let's not forget their role in this turnaround.
So the Golden Eagles take over on their own 25. Cox, keeper to
Turn
the
him in,
right
turn
side.
him in. Pursuit's much better than we saw in the first half. So our outside linebacker is able to stretch the quarterback out, stop his feet. He turns back inside, which in the first half he ends up, shoulders forward, gains 5-7 yards. And right now, bam, Pursuit was there, stops him right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the keeper for Cox. Sets up 2nd and 10. Eight minutes, 50 seconds to go. Clock still running. Cox will hand this off to Whitehall. Room to run. Is going to pick up a nice chunk of yards there. Just put his head down, fell forward a little bit. It'll be a gain of about 9.
Yeah, so that was a little more like we had seen where we had made contact and he's able to just twist and turn and push forward for, another 5, 6, 7 yards after contact.
3rd and 1 now for the Golden Eagles. Trying to pick up a first down here.
Here comes the sniffer. They're going to run right behind him. Quarterback keeper. So we make contact, and he just falls forward. Tough runner. Tough kid. Got a lot of respect for that quarterback.
Yep, run play will go for about a yard there. It'll be a first down for the Golden Eagles.
He's met in the backfield, but he knows his job. He knows where he has to get to. He's a heady player, and gets himself forward. He that's a senior right there. Well, we've got a quick little break in the action here. A couple of people that I really want to mention. Number one, Mary Beth Carl, athletic director's administrative assistant, just does such a great job of running the entire athletic department, keeping the wheels in motion for everybody. Big shout out to Mary Beth. Quarterback keeper again, straight downfield. That one's about 2, maybe 3. And then Jill Beck is the head of the Macomb Bomber Boosters. So raising money, raising spirit, getting Bomber spirit out there, and making sure that our athletic programs have the things they need to be successful. So two unsung heroes, 2 great ladies, Mary Beth Carl and Jill Beck. Just thank you for all you do for Macomb Athletics.
2nd and 7 now for the Golden Eagles. Clock still rolling. 6 minutes, 50 seconds in the 4th quarter. Bombers trying to come up with a stop here late in this one. This one's going to be handed off to Whitehall.
Stretch. Come on. Close.
Nice tackle there by Connor Bishop, able to bring him down. Might have picked up maybe about half a yard. Virtually no gain on the play. Nice pursuit there by Bishop.
Yeah, so that's stretch zone coming towards us, coming towards the wide side of the field. Defensive end does a nice job of pushing the ball out to the sideline, and Connor Bishop, the linebacker, comes and closes it out, makes the tackle. Really nice work there. So 3rd and 6, you're at the -40. This may be punt territory if we can get a huge stop.
Wind's starting to pick up. I'm sure you can hear it in the mic. Again, 3rd and about 6 now. Hand off to Whitehall up the middle. He's going to pick up maybe 2. So now the Golden Eagles have a decision to make. Punt this thing away and give Macomb let Macomb work all the way downfield, go for it. Have a chance to pick up the first down, but if you fall short, Macomb will take over in plus territory. New unit coming out. Looks like maybe they'll punt here.
We got to watch play clock. That took a lot of time.
5 minutes, 20 seconds. Golden Eagles set up to punt. I believe that's Watson back there to receive. Yep, going to punt this one away. Nice punt downfield. Excuse me, I kind of got blown back by the wind there.
Where are we going? The ball never even got there. The ball boy had to throw it forward.
Puck was out of bounds at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bombers.
think that's where they're going to spot it.
Wow, that's interesting. That ball goes out of bounds and lands 3 yards further than where they're standing, which means it went out of bounds at least a couple yards before that. Wow, that's an unfortunate spot, but doesn't matter. You got to push the ball down, whether it's 70 or 65 yards, either way.
Handoff to Conley is met at the line and stopped. Thought he had a little bit of room to run there. Golden Eagles did a nice job.
Yeah, makes that first man miss, and which basically allowed him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, clock rolls under 5 minutes. We'll see if the Bombers have one last breath in them here. Holthouse scrambles towards the far sideline, looking to throw it away. Has a completion down the far sideline. It will go for about 6 or 7. That was Jack Beal on the reception, I believe. Pass goes for about 6. So it's up 3rd and 4 for the Bombers offense. Again, Bombers trail by 1 score. Holthouse, keeper again, cuts it back inside, picks up a few there. Going to be just short of the first down.
Holthouse, the ball carrier, stopped at the 40.
Lunges at it.
Check that, mark 39. We'll bring up 4th
Oh, man.
So that set up a huge 4th and 1 for the Bombers offense. Really got to keep the drive going here. 3 minutes, 45 seconds. Don't want to give the ball back to the Golden Eagles this late in the game. Big snap, a little bit of movement, didn't quite cross the line of scrimmage. Holthouse comes back and addresses the line. A little bit of a bobble there. Holthouse underthrown, pass intended for Doyle. And that'll be a turnover on downs. Had Doyle on the quick slant route there.
Yeah, and I think, you know what, that Braden's going to look at film, and I think after that initial play action to Bishop, that once he pulls that out and turns, that if he just runs towards the sideline, he's got the first down with his legs. But, tries to make a play, pick up some additional yards downfield, and doesn't work out for us. So defense has to step up big again.
So still a little bit of time to go here. Again, both teams maintain all of their timeouts. 3 minutes, 21 seconds. Golden Eagles take over on about their own 39. Hand off to Whitehall. Nice tackle there by Drake May, but not after about a 3-yard pickup there. Again, we'll see the Golden Eagles definitely slow things down here. Clock is in their favor. Two minutes, 45 seconds.
Hit him.
Cox
Bring it back. Don't let him come forward. Nice, much better.
Yep, Cox met at the line there. Virtually no gain on the play.
There's your timeout. Very good, very good.
Timeout called by the Bombers. Let's get through the rest of our live reads here real quick. Only got a couple more to go. Do you need ice for your upcoming event? Look no further. Midwest Ice has you covered. Midwest Ice is Central Illinois' newest ice delivery service. We deliver ice directly to your event. Call Blaine Wrench at 309-351-8192 for a quote today. Palm Plus is proud to have served Macomb and the surrounding area for over 20 years, providing cash for most items of value. Palm Plus is the area's largest seller of used items, including firearms. They also provide on-site jewelry repairs and are open 9 to 5, Monday through Saturday. They have a great selection of jewelry, electronics, tools, and video games, located at 324 West Jackson Street in Macomb. So timeout comes with just under 2 minutes and 30 seconds, 2 minutes 29, if you want to get exact about it. Again, the Golden Eagles now faced with a 3rd and 6. Bombers trying to get the ball back late. Cox fakes the handoff to Whitehall, rolls out to the right side. He's got a man
geez.
down the field. That's Fredrickson, I believe. Or excuse me, that's not Fredrickson. That's Mason
that is
Gray.
A phenomenal football play by the senior quarterback, who I've praised tonight. Just a tough football player. He is in the grasp, going down, and still is able to keep eyes downfield eyes, and deliver the ball on time to his target and pick up a massive first down for the Golden Eagles. Just a great football play by the senior quarterback.
So after the first down, clock stops at 2 minutes and 19 seconds.
And Johnny, who do you think had him in his grasp, bringing him to the ground?
I did not catch the number on that.
That'd be the freshman Drake May.
There you go. Cox runs this one up the middle. Ooh, a little bit of shoving afterwards there, a little bit of extracurricular.
Huh.
No flag down, but a timeout called by the Bombers at 2 minutes and 13.
That's, yeah, and I could see the coach, the Mercer County coach, goes directly over to the young man. You could see the young man's arms extend from up here. The officials were turned around receiving the timeout. But just a young man gets emotional in the middle of the field. But that's a team that's trying to close out a football game. You can't allow something like that to happen. So you see the coach go right over to it and just say, hey, come on, man. You know, you got us here. Let's finish this.
And Macomb now down to just one timeout. 2 minutes, 13 seconds. Bombers still trail by a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Need to stop here, though. 2nd and 6. Cox, keeper up the middle once again. At the line, falls forward. Might have picked up about 2 there. Pushes the ball up to, looks like they got it marked on about the 5.
So now they have 2 downs to get 2 yards. So unless, I mean, obviously they've gone for 2 on every kickoff, but if they have a field goal kicker, if we are able to get a stop and they wanted to kick a field goal, which would make it a 2-score game with, at that point it would be under 2 minutes, that would be a dagger right there. But realistically, they've got 2 plays to get 2 yards. Their run game's been effective all night, so I would say that's going to be the way they're going to go. It's just going to be, can our interior stack up your interior? So they got the tight bunch right, 1-on-1 out wide, quarterback keeper.
Going to be brought down. He's going to be close to the first down.
Boy, he called that from the far sideline, but yeah. But he's got it.
It appears they still have him marked short, I think.
Oh, they're stopping the clock, it looks like. Are they going to measure?
Might come out to measure this one.
I'm out for a measurement.
Yep. Chain Gang will make their first appearance out on the field tonight.
The official on the far sideline, completely opposite where the chains are, was adamant. First down, move him. And the guys on the middle of the field say, let's take a look at it. I mean, why not? This is a huge thing. You got to get this right. I did think he had the yard to gain.
Yep.
First down.
Clears it by about a ball length. So that's going to set up 1st and goal for Mercer County.
From the 2.
Again, just 1 minute and 42 seconds to go. Bombers, no timeouts. Clock will start to roll on here.
Yep. So they've got 4 downs, 40 seconds each. So Macomb's out of timeout. So, and pretty classy right here. They're at the 2-yard line. We've seen their run game all game. They could punch this in, but instead they're going to go ahead in victory formation and run out the clock. So Mercer County is going to get a win, improve to 5-3, and keep their hope alive. Unfortunately, Macomb's going to fall to 3-5, which ends the playoff hopes. In Tanner Horrell's 3rd year, this is the first time he'll not be entering postseason play. But I tell you what, from what we saw last week, this was a much improved Bomber performance, and with adversity. You know, there was times in this game where it felt like this could get out of hand in a hurry, and the Bombers kept punching, kept coming, and all of a sudden this was a real good football game and a real exciting football game there. And unfortunately, just a couple plays short. Just a couple plays short.
So that's how the game will come to an end. Still 20 seconds off the clock, but both teams exiting the field. Bombers lose by 8 here after making a run there late in the 3rd quarter and at the start of the 4th quarter. Just can't pull things together down the stretch, get things tied up. We'll take a quick break here, go over some final stats, and we'll be back with you on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Art Purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
I chose MDH. We moved here and I was researching different places that would allow me to VBAC, have a vaginal birth after C-section, and the doctors here do encourage that, and so I chose that after looking online, and I wouldn't want to deliver anywhere else because they all go above and beyond, and they're so kind and actually care about you.
Back here on TSSR Game Time Live, we'll go through the final stat tallies for both teams. We'll start with the Bombers. Jerron Petty had 1 carry for no yards. Connor Bishop had 4 carries for 3 yards. Braden Holthouse, 5 carries, 11 yards. Let's see, Drew Watson had 3 carries for 8 yards. Malachi Conley had a couple big plays there in the second half. He finishes with 9 carries for 65 yards. Braden Holthouse had a pretty nice night passing. Forgot to get those totaled up. Let's see. 9, 24, 30, 55, 69, 2, 82. Holthouse will finish with, looks like about 119 yards passing on the night. A lot of those coming in the second half. Of course, he threw
almost exclusively, yeah.
Yeah, threw the 2 interceptions. Drew Watson had 4 receptions on the night for 59 yards. And again, a lot of those coming in the second half. He was able to reel in 2 touchdowns. And the big man, Ian Case, had 5 receptions for 99 yards. On the Golden Eagles side, not a lot of players to go through. It mostly was just Cox and Whitehall, but able to get things done here. Colby Cox will finish with about 20 carries on the night, 86 yards for him. Whitehall will finish with 16 carries and the 1 touchdown run for 87 yards. Colby Cox threw the air, passed for 55 on 11 attempts. He threw 2 touchdowns. Or excuse me. Yes, 2 touchdowns, I believe. Whitehall had 2 receptions for 12 yards. Mason Gray had 2 receptions for 18 yards and a touchdown. And Mr. Shaden, Lucas Shaden, reeled in 2 catches for 15 yards. That's how the things broke down here tonight. We see the Bombers there on the field. We'll see if we can get Coach Horrell up here for a little bit of post-game interview. Again, things started to turn around there for the Bombers late in that third quarter. There for a second, things were getting pretty dicey for Mercer County, but able to hang on.
Yeah, I tell you what, I think so I think that a team goes up not just 3 scores, but 3 maxed out scores, three touchdowns, 3 2-point conversions, and you can tell the energy on both sides of the field. You can tell one side is starting to have their shoulders hang a little bit. It's not looking good. It looked like Mercer County maybe loosens up a little bit at that point. Macomb starts throwing some of those intermediate routes, starts to get a little bit of momentum, gets down the field, and is able to punch in for a touchdown. A good football program like Mercer County is, many times they're going to say, okay, that just happened. We tighten the screws. We close this out. But if you remember, that's the one. That was not a planned onside kick. It was, let's kick the ball down the middle. Let's see if we can get some bounces. The bounces actually went their way. Jumps up into the ball. In fact, almost too much their way because it gave the ball carrier a chance to start returning it rather than falling on it. And the helmet gets put on the football. Macomb gets the ball back right away, does a phenomenal job of keeping up tempo. And a couple of throws to Ian Case, gets the ball down the field. I think there was 1 or 2 big Malachi Conley runs in there, not the huge ones, but a couple of nice gains, and end up punching it in to Drew Watson. So now all of a sudden, and both times, we get the nice 2-point conversions. There was the one to Ian Case, the little play action tight end dump, and then there was the one that was the rollout to the right, the boot to the right that he fed over to Drew Watson right at the pylon. Then the true onside kick just worked to perfection. That's the one that pops up over the front line, hits the ground, and takes our bounce, rolls directly away from every Mercer County defender, and our bullet comes and slides into it. We get the ball back, and we're coming down the field. Had a couple of cracks at it and a couple of throws to Dion Doyle. You tip your cap because the footballs were well thrown, both of them. And a defender was able, now especially on the third down play, because that's the one that was over the top, the defender was beaten. But he's able to make up ground, and he doesn't, and we talked about this earlier in the year, he doesn't try to bat the ball down. He waits till the ball hits Dion's hands and smacks it out of Dion's hands. Phenomenal football play. And then on the fourth down play, instead of being an outside release, he ends up trying to come inside on a bit of a post, and the defender just runs with him and is able to bat that down. So we do go back and forth from there a little bit. Defense does a nice job getting us the ball back and giving us another crack at it, but unfortunately we're not able to get into the end zone.
And I just got to point something out here. Pretty good sportsmanship being shown on both sides. I believe that's Holthouse, Ian Case, and Connor Bishop down there talking to the Golden Eagles quarterback, Colby Cox. They just all took a picture together. Why don't you see if you can get a camera on that down there. Bunch of fine young men there. Of course, the 2 seniors on the Macomb side, Case and Bishop.
I think those guys play either basketball or baseball together in the summers.
Could be that as well. Getting ready to take another picture there. And again, what a night for Colby Cox on the Mercer County side. Again, 20 carries. What was the exact total? 86 yards. And, man, it felt like Macomb was able to get hands on him a lot of the times, but he just fell forward, kept the ball rolling, and, was able to pick up a few extra yards here and there, and that's really what made a difference.
I can't tell. I saw the coaches were all together. Was Coach Horrell with them still? Is that him out in the head?
Yeah, I think that's him walking out.
I think Coach Horrell is going with his team tonight. So, a team that's back was against the wall. It looked like this could end up getting out of hand in that third quarter. Came alive and provided maybe one of the more fun nights of the season, or at least stretches there, end of the third quarter, into the fourth quarter. Really exciting football. So some great moments there, just unable to close that out and come back and tie the game, but really showed some nice grit and nice recovery there. So
what do you say, Tony? Want to get things wrapped up here?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go ahead and do that. Again, the final here in Aledo. The Golden Eagles improved to 5-3 on the season. Bombers fall to 3-5 and are now virtually eliminated from the playoffs. Final score 24-16. So for John Burton, Tony Weston, and Tegan Perry running the camera, this has been TSSR Game Time Live's presentation of Honor Brothers Heating and Cooling's Bombers football. We will catch you in Havana next weekend.